y'all, it's me, Kim. I'm back for another patrons only video, and I know I failed so miserably at Patrons Appreciation Month in June. I don't even know what I was doing, girl. I'm trying to give up social media because it's so distracting. You log on to send one tweet and then you've been on Twitter for 4 hours. That has really been me for the past 3 weeks. And I spent a week with my nieces, and girl, I thought I was gonna make a lot of content when I was with my nieces. It did not happen. Taking care of kids is hard. It's hard, and I'm an introvert, so just talking to them all day just drained me. I did make one video during that time, but wow, but I still loved it. I loved it. You know what I was thinking recently? I'm in the airport, so we're gonna get a lot of ambient noises here. But I was thinking recently that I love being an aunt so much. Oh my gosh. I was thinking that I love being an aunt so much because it really makes me feel good that I know that I have such a big part in making sure that 2 people have great childhoods. I guess maybe that's healing for me. It just, you know, I was driving to the airport today, and I was getting emotional thinking about the fact that hopefully it will feel good to them as they get older and as they become adults, that they have so many people who are so deeply invested and just wanting them to be happy, but also wanting them to be healthy people. I don't know, that just came to my mind. But anyways, I spent a couple of weeks ago with them, and that was fun. So I'm back, but we're gonna make July it. We're gonna do it in July. I'm not gonna tweet. I'm not going to tweet. I know I've said this so many times. I feel like Gator. What's the movie that Gator's in? The Spike Lee movie with Gator and Halle Berry. Can't remember. Anyways, y'all tell me. But we're gonna give it up. Okay, so this is the email that I thought was interesting. It says, "Hey Kim, I've been a fan of your work for years, and I really wish you were bigger. Every time I log on YouTube, I get pushed videos from beauty gurus with nothing to say, drama channels, and the White Kings Will Save Us channels." That's funny. I'm really reaching out because I often feel overlooked in my career as a blank. We're redacting that. And that makes me angry. So I wonder if you ever get mad or maybe a little bit jealous of the influencers who are bigger. I feel a lot of jealousy now because I know how good I am. I know how capable I am, and I hate to see mediocrity rewarded. I notice you don't talk about other YouTubers a lot. Is there a reason? If you ever get jealous, how do you deal with that? Well, thank you. Oh, actually, I won't even say the name. So I didn't even need to redact what your career was, because I'm not gonna say the name. Because there's so few patrons, I feel like it's easy to find out. So anyways, so I have really strong feelings about what's good and what's bad. I too hate to see mediocrity rewarded, and it's so amazing that I have this YouTube platform where I get to share all of my opinions about what's good and what's bad, and what's great and what you should watch, because it's fun for me. It's fun for me. But I go out of my way not to talk about other Black women YouTubers and influencers in particular. One, because there's no way to do that and not look like a hater. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you criticize somebody in your exact lane, you always look like a hater. That's my advice to you. There's no way to avoid it. Unless you're calling them out for doing oppressive stuff, meaning they're perpetuating racism, sexism, homophobia, etc. But if you're just that's bad, I don't like it, hater vibes. You know, that's why when Cardi and Nicki get into it, I mean, you know, okay. So that's one reason. But another thing is, I just don't have a desire to beef with other Black women anywhere. Truly, it's just not for me. And I just think it becomes a spectacle. I have been in situations before, because I've been on social media for so long, that, you know, if everybody is not producing good work, right? So I respect talent. I do respect beauty, you know, because everybody ain't got it. I'm just kidding. So I respect talent. I respect hard work. I respect knowledge. Everybody does not have those things. And I come across videos from, you know, other huge channels, and I'm like, whoa, really? That's what y'all are into? okay, but there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about that. It doesn't help me to point that out. It doesn't help me to start that beef. And people sometimes I've found like they talk about me and I'm like, oh, okay, like Drake said, diss me and you'll never hear a reply for it. I mean, even though he doesn't do that anymore. And even though I did go off on somebody that one time. But anyways, moving on, it's why spend that energy? Not only will it not benefit me, but there's just better ways for me to spend my energy. There are more useful things, more productive ways for me to direct my energy at. So yeah, I think there are people out here with huge followings who have bad opinions. I think that they need to do more reading. Maybe I don't think that they dress well or, like whatever. But I am very comfortable keeping that to myself. And I think that when it comes to the jealousy part, jealousy is natural. It's just a natural human emotion. It's a part of life, but I think what really matters is what you do with the jealousy. How do you metabolize it? And for me, I have always been very, very competitive my entire life. And so for a long time, it was difficult for me as somebody, I don't know, so much of my early life was just centered in the fact that I won. I'm a winner, I'm the best. And so when that is the foundation of your identity, when you see other people doing well, it's impossible to not be jealous because you want that spotlight, you want that shine. And I had to figure out, as I became a grown person, a for real grown person, that it makes you miserable. I was miserable, It's not healthy to only be happy when you are at the top or to only be happy when you are winning. And I've had to figure out ways to find my joy in other places. So for me, instead of when I feel that jealous energy kind of bubbling up, I direct it to how can I be better? What are they doing that I might be able to incorporate into what I'm doing? Or even just like appreciation, like, oh, okay, well that's dope. But you know how I think a couple of years ago, Beyonce said something where she's like, oh, her only competition is herself. And this was before Beyonce was Beyonce, right? And I'm sure, Beyonce wants to win and she worked, but I feel like I just want to be the best me. I think that I'm capable of doing great work and I want to make sure that I produce that great work. I think now, my father died when he was 50 and I'm very, very cognizant of the fact that we don't get to live on the earth forever, okay? These earthly bodies, they gonna give out. And so for some of us, that's sooner rather than later. And I wanna make sure that while I'm here and healthy, that I do the best work that I can for as long as I can. And all of the time that I spend thinking about what you're doing or why don't I have what you have, that's time taking away from me being able to fulfill my potential. My greatest fear is not being able to fulfill my potential both personally and professionally, because that's the stuff that I can control. You know what I'm saying? That's why this social media stuff really gets me down, because I'm legitimately addicted and it's such a waste and it's such a time suck. And I feel like that stuff is also a distraction from me being able to just do great work, do good stuff. And so, I think it's hard for me to probably give you advice, because it is probably a little bit different when your career trajectory depends on other people recognizing that. If you want a promotion, somebody has to give it to you. If you want a raise, somebody has to give it to you. Airport sounds. But I still think that there is value in focusing on consistently being the best. And sometimes, recognizing what your potential is means making different moves, changing jobs, it's like asking for things, asking for promotions, asking for raises. But I strongly discourage people. I think jealousy is not a good motivator. I don't think wanting to be better than other people is a good motivator. I don't think trying to get back at people is a good motivator, because it's just so shallow. And you still got to live with yourself and what you do and what's inside and what you put out into the world. So I do hope that that was a little bit helpful. And I'll say, you know, I'm still competitive, right? I still want to win. I still want to be the best me and do great work. But another reason why I am not competitive with YouTubers is, you know, I've mapped up, I'm 30 years old, I've mapped out what I want for the next 10 years of my life. And I have mapped out the steps that it would take to get there. And the words YouTuber and influencer aren't even in that map. They're not even there. So I believe that this is a tool for me to get to where I would like to be and to make the stuff that I'd like to make. Also, I like to make this stuff, but I want to make more stuff. But this is not the entirety of my vision for my life. And I think that if it were, then I would be in a different space. And I'll, you know, be completely real and wrap it up and say that for me, the surefire way to manage jealousy is to do well. You know, be the shit, do great work, you know. I also feel like I start comparing myself to other people really badly when I feel like I'm not doing good, you know. I need to do better. I need to make more stuff or do different stuff. I mean, you know, when I feel like I'm not being the best me, that's really when the jealousy gets you. Well, that's all I have to say about that. I'm really glad I didn't say that name earlier, so I don't have to beep anything out. Thank you guys for sending me suggestions. I will try to get through as many as possible. Look, I'm on vacation right now. I'm flying to a wedding right now, and I brought this freaking camera because I'm trying to be I'm rededicating myself. Anybody who's churchy knows what that means. So I will see you guys next time. I don't know what my next real video is gonna be. I haven't thought about it. Maybe about I like the show Fleabag a lot. I don't know. I'll find something to talk about. Leave a comment, send me an email or a DM. But yeah, we're gonna the Patreon summer continues. The marathon continues. Bye.